Every entrepreneur and small business owner should be doing content marketing. Now, I know content marketing can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes. Content marketing includes videos like this one, ebooks, podcasts, graphic design, infographics, social media, and so much more. And if you're new to content marketing, you might not know exactly where to start. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you a few tips on how to get started with content marketing. Hey there, I'm Amy from Creative Allies, and our channel provides sales and marketing tips for small businesses and entrepreneurs. Now let's get started and talk about content marketing. The first tip I want to share with you is creating content that works for your audience. In order to do this, you have to know a little bit about your audience. Who are they? What do they like? What do they need? What kinds of content will they engage with? If you're just getting started, you might not know this information or know how to get this information, and that's really okay. Everyone starts from somewhere, so just make sure to get started. You can create different types of content. You could create content on different types of topics, and then use the data. Let's say you're putting something on your website or you're putting something on one of your social channels. All of those places are going to have data and insights that you can take a look at and analyze to find out what's working, what's not working, and then you can make adjustments accordingly. The biggest thing is to just get started. Don't let lack of knowledge or lack of information cause you to not get started. Go ahead and create content, but over time, your goal is to make sure that that content is resonating well with your audience. Everything we do as entrepreneurs should be about our customers and our potential customers. And so that comes to content as well. When you're thinking about the type of content you want to put out, make sure you have your audience at the top of your mind as you're putting that plan together. Now let's move on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is all about choosing the content type that works best for you. Now in the first tip, we talked about finding the content and creating the content that works for your audience. Now we'll talk about making sure that the type of content works for you. The reason that this is important is because content is going to work best for you when it's consistent and it's done really well. So for example, videos are a really great asset to use, but that also takes time. It takes a little bit of equipment. You don't need probably the amount of equipment that you think, but you might not be ready or suited for video. So then maybe you choose a different type of content. Because there are so many different types, as I mentioned before, there's content on your website, there's infographics, there's video, there's podcasts, there's ebooks, there's blogging. There's so many different types of content. Pick what you feel you can do easily and within your budget and consistently, and then you can grow from there. So make sure you don't bite off more than you can chew when it comes to content. You can't do everything in the beginning, and depending on the size of your team, you might not have the bandwidth to do a lot. But pick something that you know you can do, you know you can afford, and you know you can be consistent in. So choosing the type of content, again, the first tip, it's about making sure that it's going to work with your audience, but don't forget about yourself and your own bandwidth to make sure that you can consistently put that type of content out for your audience. The third and last tip that I'd like to share with you around content is to repurpose your content. Now, this is one of my favorite things to talk about. Repurposing content is a phenomenal way to up your content strategy and increase the volume of content you put out. You do have to be a little bit strategic about it, but if you plan correctly, this could really be a game changer for you in your small business. Content repurposing is simply just making sure that you are getting the most value out of every piece of content that you create. For example, let's say you create a video where you're talking about a certain issue in your industry, and maybe that video is 5 minutes. You put that on your YouTube channel, but you could also share that video, let's say make a LinkedIn post about it, and then have the link to the video go over to YouTube or put the video natively on LinkedIn. You could also take that 5-minute video and pull out a couple of clips. Maybe there's one point that's about 45 seconds. So you could edit that down and put that on your other social channels. Let's say you could pull some of the content and create a few social posts from it. You may also be able to have someone on your team, or maybe you'll do it yourself, write a blog about the content that's in the video. The point is you have this anchor piece of content, which is the video. And then from that, you should be able to create 5, 6, 10, 15 even other pieces of content that are all related to that. And depending on what content you really want to promote the most, maybe it is the video, maybe that video is on your YouTube channel, then when you make a social post and you have just a couple of sentences, but then you can drive people back to that YouTube video. When you write a blog and put it on your website, the call to action could be to go check out the full video. And so content repurposing is just a way for you to spend a good amount of time creating a piece of content, but then spend a little bit more time planning on how you can use that content in different places, on different channels, and for different purposes. People consume content differently. Some people do not want to read. They just want to watch a video. Some people will never watch a 5-minute video, but they'll watch a 1-minute clip. In fact, they'll watch 5 1-minute clips, but they won't watch a 5-minute video. Some people just want little bite-sized pieces of information, so social media is better for them. You want your content to reach as many people as possible in the way that they consume content. And so content repurposing is something that really we can all do. It does take a little bit of time, but it's worth it in the end because you're able to take one piece of content and then repurpose it multiple times. To recap, content marketing is essential for small business owners and entrepreneurs. What we've covered today are 3 tips that should help you get your content marketing kicked off. The first tip is about finding content that works for your audience. The second tip is finding the content that works for you and your team. And then the third tip is to repurpose that content so that you can reach more people on different channels. I hope that you found these tips valuable and you'll be on your way to creating your content strategy. Make sure to like this video and follow our channel, Creative Allies, to learn more sales and marketing tips for small business owners and entrepreneurs. Have a great week.